I just got blue balled by Lilith. They edged me to the max. Just 400,000 off of 300 million. I did hit 300 million, 301 million, but this is after like 50 tries or something. I want to save my resources for next patch, so I'm only gonna spend 350 of the crystals. Hopefully I can get a 300 million run. Unlucky, I couldn't get it within 400 crystals. I'm also just 13 million away from 1 billion score, which I should be able to get when Forbiter opens. But in today's video, I'm gonna talk about what team you might want to run Elif on for the time being if you have level 70 Elif. So right now, my second team can score maximum 240 million by itself. There we go. This is the first run, 227 million. But when you take a look at the layout, it doesn't show you 227 million. Because, I don't know, for some weird reason, I think the 2 ads on Dark Starlord, they don't account for the damage that you do. Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but this team alone can score 240 million. The current Yuime Mateo team, I think scores around 160 million. But Elif is not the main DPS, and also, when you have level 70 Elif, you lose the synergy of Mateo and Yuime. The reason why this team is so strong is because you can pretty much infinite cycle between Mateo and Yuime. And for that to happen, you need Mateo to have the highest attack in the team, so that Mateo can be linked with Yuime, right? With her R6 effect, whenever she is linked with the highest attack unit, that unit or Yuime will gain 100% AP whenever they move. When you have level 70 Elif, she's gonna have the highest attack in the team for a few turns, so your Mateo will not be linked to your Yuime. It's gonna be very difficult for you to link that up. One way you can make it work is you run an attack piece, but that's gonna severely drop your Mateo's damage. So let's say, for example, you level 70 Elif and you run this team. And in this team, level 60 Elif was doing, let's say, about 80 million, right? So let's say you run your level 70 Elif in the Mateo and Yuime comp. We're gonna be using the level 70 calculator to see how much of a boost you would get. I'm gonna be using my own relics. This is gonna be Elif's base attack at level 60. And then this is going to be my relics, the percentage and everything. I'm also going to include the 50% attack lead that you get from her level 70. The Elif team with the Yuime and Mateo gets you about 80 million on Elif at level 60. Boom, let's see how much you get. So at level 70, you would get about 109 million on Elif. So you only get about 29 million increment for your Dark Starlord if you were to run your level 70 Elif in the Mateo and Yuime comp. Now let's see how much of a boost you would get from running Elif in the Yujing comp. Once again, we're going to be using the calculator to see how much of a boost you would get. And the relics are also going to be a little bit different. Now, you are not going to be using speed boots on Elif because you're going to be using attack boots. So you get an additional 53% attack from your relic main stat. You get a little bit higher attack. The Elif Yujing comp can get you upwards of 150 million with the level 60 Elif. So let's see, 150 million, you put that in. Your level 70 Elif is now going to do 207 million by herself. So you get an increment of 57 million as opposed to running level 70 Elif in the Mateo Yuime comp. You only get about 29 million, so it's almost double. But again, keep in mind, this is only for the first couple of months. Once you get your Mateo to level 70 as well, you're going to be using the Mateo Yuime comp. But for now, you only have one option to level 70. And the best option, in my opinion, is going to be Elif because of how much damage boost she adds. And when you do level 70 your Elif, right now the best team for Elif in Dark Starlord is going to be the Yujing team. Again, you only have one level 70 Esper. Now, this does not apply to Forbiter because I think even in Forbiter, if you have a level 70 Elif, you still want to run this team. The reason why this team is so good in Forbiter is because Yuime also AP controls with her S3. You will have runs where Forbiter takes 0 turns, and that's very important because you need to prolong Haley's debuff. As long as you can control Forbiter, you will have Haley's debuff on Forbiter pretty much the entire fight. It's going to be very difficult for this synergy to work because you have a level 70 Elif that has crazy amount of attack stat, but you can do so by giving your Mateo attack, and speed or attack, if you have to. Because the most important thing for this team is going to be Mateo linking up with Yuime. So yeah, these are my relics for Dark Starlord. Again, not much of a showcase this time around because I couldn't hit the 300 million. But my team 1 is just basically debuffs galore. I made my Embla no damage at all because I don't want to exceed 3 million damage. When you exceed 3 million damage in Team 1, Dark Starlord gains a lot of speed. So Dark Starlord can sometimes get a few stacks in. This is my Elif. Feng Shun, slightly slower than my Sonica Feng Shun. Haley is going to be on the Thunder set as fast as possible. And again, make sure that Haley has higher HP than your Elif. Yujing is going to be on the Astral set as fast as possible. Lu Shang is going to be also on the Astral set, but his speed, you need to speed tune it. If he's too fast, sometimes you get lower score. Then this is going to be your Chuyao on the Astral set as fast as possible. Liam is going to be on the Harmony set as fast as possible as well. Sloan is going to be on the Thunder set. I'm using Fiery set because in Dark Starlord, the only one you really want to counter attack is the boss itself, not the ads. When you counter attack the ads, you don't really do that much damage. It's around like 500,000 because whenever you kill the ads, they reset the Soul Sever stacks. So you're not going to do that much damage with Sloan. Unless you have a really good Avatara set, then you can put on her. But for me, I'm going to be sticking with Fiery set. Sakura with 0 speed and Ocean Waves. And then lastly, Tolan with no relics. Once again, if you have a level 70 Elif, for now, I think the best team for her is going to be in the Yujing team. But once you get level 70 Mateo, you probably want to run the Mateo Yume comp once again. But yeah, that's about it. Ciao.